beautiful people. It is your homegirl, Miss Shameless, all up in your building, and I am serving you some throwback. What are we in? What year is this? 1990s. I'm in grade 10 and it is back to school, and I went to a Catholic school, and this is the hair styles I was serving you. I love me a straight bang and a half and half up, half down. Look. Okay, so I'm gonna beat this face with you guys and just talk about school. I have not been to school for so many years. And that's either A, because I fast tracked because I was that smart, or B, I'm that old, but you just can't tell because black don't crack, Asian don't raisin. Let's just get into this face beat. Now, back in the 90s, when the only makeup there was drugstore makeup, and CoverGirl was the jam. So I went to the drugstore, I got me some CoverGirl, Maybelline, Revlon. That is the only makeup I used. I believe I was tawny, but yo, I'm darker. Before the beauty blenders, before the brushes, there was this. Oh yeah, tawny, that was the only shade. Closest to my skin tone. And there she is, yes. Hands up, let me know in the comments below what school you're going to. I went to St. Patrick's, and it was a uniform school, so I didn't have much to get hype over in terms of my clothing. It was all makeup, and I could actually do my face really good because I had been doing makeup since, I want to say 5 years old. My mom would drop me off at daycare, and I remember stealing her eyeshadow and blush from her and then always putting it on when I got to daycare. So come high school, I was already pro. So when you wing the liner, we had kilts, which were our skirts, and our uniform was green. And it would come to our knees. But of course, little teenage girls trying to pull tricks, I would roll my skirt up so it would come to like mid-thigh. And then I would wear the knee highs, which were green. Oh my goodness. We had a dress shirt or we had a polo shirt, and it wasn't Burgundy. Burgundy was another school. Ours was green, but I just couldn't find a green, whatever you call a sweater. Some issues that I dealt with in high school. Friends, making them, keeping them, not getting into drama. Looking back, my advice to former Maya would be, don't talk about anyone to anyone. Just be cool, don't say ish. And I think I did a pretty good job with that. I never really got into trouble with gossiping, but that was a big thing that I would see girls do in high school. Look at the concealer though. It came in this, and it was yellow. This wasn't yellow. This is, who is this by? CoverGirl. But listen, we didn't have that many options. It was like a color corrector, which is what I had, but close enough. So yes, I would say definitely don't get caught up in the drama of the gossip just to be accepted. I feel like in high school, it's such a trying time because you're trying to figure it all out. You're still young. You still are like just unsure of everything. But don't do it at the cost of someone else's privacy, their personal information, or lies, you know? But I was a freaking nerd. I was in the band. I played the flute. I was on honor roll. I did stay out of trouble for the most part. Mr. Trainer was my band teacher, conductor. Are you guys in the band? If so, what instrument did you play? And my inspiration for like style in school would definitely go to all things anime, Harajuku. I was obsessed with Sanrio stationery and No Name stationery brands. I love them. I just wanted to be a cartoon. This is so real. So in high school, I would also relax my bangs. I would just relax the front bang and everything else was curly. Did I have a boyfriend? Oh my goodness, I did. Okay, so that was in grade, I didn't even have that many boyfriends. Oh my God, so lame. My first boyfriend was going into grade 9. He was into PDA, I wasn't. I'm very private. And for whatever reason, one day we were on the train and he decided to start making out with me. And I was like, okay, whatever, go with it. Note to self, don't just go with it. Just do what is comfortable for you. So I wasn't comfortable, but I went ahead and did it anyways. Making out. I look up, why are my 2 Filipino aunts sitting across the train from me staring? And I'm like, my heart sunk. Mind you, I'm in a Catholic school. I went to a Catholic church. My family was super strict. I tried to hide my face. Like I turned my face towards the window and just looked out the window for the entire train ride. And then finally we got off. And there was a family party that same night that I did not go to because I was so embarrassed. And my aunts told my mom had a heart attack. And she came home yelling at me like,
why did you not tell me you are making out with these random kids on this train, acting like a whore?
That was my boyfriend and we didn't last. Like once I started high school and I moved, that didn't last. After that, I had a whack ass boyfriend who shall not be named, who I lost my virginity to. I was dating this guy. I'm using CoverGirl. This is the ish I used in high school. And I set my stuff, okay? I was setting, baking, and caking, okay? We were dating for 3 months, and then I'm like, I think I'm gonna lose my virginity to him. And I did, and then he broke up with me. What the heck? Then I found out he had a girlfriend. I don't know if he was like playing us or he dumped me and then got a girlfriend right away. But it was bad. I regretted it so much. And then I told myself, I'm like, I'm never doing that ever again until I meet the person I love and who I want to marry. I don't even want to say how old I was. I was in grade 9. Don't judge me. Did I have a boyfriend after that? I mean, I had like long distance relationships. I somehow got caught up with this musician who lived in California, who was on tour. He was my age. And we dated. But that was like, we wrote letters to each other. And the only thing there was at the time was MySpace. This is all pre-Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. MySpace was the jam. That's that chapter on boys. I don't even think it was that big of a chapter. But 90s, son, okay? So I don't even know what inspired this hair, but I would say my makeup was inspired by musicians. Give me Monica, give me Brandy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click over here. Oh no, info box for Instagram. My video I did with my cousin Jay. But I was all about R&B and hip hop, especially R&B. SWV, oh my God, SWV. Aaliyah was a jam. Destiny's Child was a jam. That was later on in high school. Are you catching the little stub? Because we didn't have makeup brushes in high school, okay? We used the brush that came with the makeup. Who else? Yes, Janet Jackson, Lauryn Hill, Missy. Oh my goodness. Missy Elliott, Timbaland was the jam. Timbaland and Magoo. What do you guys know about some Timbaland and Magoo? What the hell happened to Magoo? Why did you call yourself Magoo? Oh, I was also major into Tim Burton. That's Nightmare Before Christmas poster. I'm about to get into this CoverGirl eyeshadow palette with the stick. I was all into Tim Burton music, Danny Elfman, because I was in the band, so I was really into like symphony and orchestra, as well as the R&B, the R of B's, rhythm and blues. Okay, let's just do a poll. Upper left. Which was your artist in the 90s? If I had to pick, Missy Elliott, come through all the way. Who do I think I am? I don't think, actually, I'm now going ham. I'm going off course because I have a little quad palette that I just want to use. But I only did, I mainly did this on special occasions. I wore a winged liner every day. Let's just go with it. Let's just see where this 90s road takes us. Oh my goodness. Speaking of the 90s, we didn't have natural hair care products, okay? And backstory, I am born and raised in Toronto, Canada, so this is where my experience is coming from. We didn't have any hair products. It was just Dep and the dollar store gel. This is actually considered frizzy for me in high school. This was like rock hard. It didn't move. It just moved all in one piece. If it moved, I hated it. Oh, and then I used the Black Girl hair products. And my cousins made fun of me because my hair wasn't straight like their hair, which is straight. And I would use the gel, the Dep gel with pink luster. Pink luster. It was a pink luster first as my leave-in, and then the Dep gel. She about to go with the eyeliner though. This was the eyeliner, the liquid liner I used. I used liquid liner for my eyes back then, and I could do a mean winged liner. This is the look. Oh my goodness, you guys. This reminds me of the time I stole my mom's liner. This is what started it all. I was so bad. Oh my goodness, no wonder my mom was so strict. I would steal. I was so bad. I was a klepto when I was a kid. Not in high school, when I was a kid. But I'd like to credit my kleptoness to my ability to doing hair and makeup, because I would always steal. to fuel my craft for creation. Yeah, my mom never let me sleep over at anybody's house growing up. I didn't understand why. And then eventually she told me, she's like,
I don't want you to get raped. I don't know who's there. You don't know what's going to happen to you.
I was like,
You're gross. I can't stand you. I'm out of here.
I could never sleep over anywhere. It's not until now as an adult that I hear some stories from my friends. And I'm like, yo, son, my mom stayed looking out for me. Now, if I had a daughter, she's not sleeping over anywhere. But she can have sleepovers. She can host them. That's what my mom did. She's like, you can't sleep over anywhere, but they can come over. I can't stand you. So I had sleepovers at my house. My brother is way lighter than me. Like, he's fair. And in high school, everyone was just like, I was just a black girl. Nobody said anything else. I wasn't considered mixed at school. It's just, in Toronto, everyone is island. Like, if you're black, you're from the islands. You're West Indian, you're Trini, you're Jamaican, Grenada, Bajan from Barbados, Guyana, but you're not American, which is where my dad is from. He's American, black American. But yeah, it wasn't until my brother came to high school and he's like, they're like, wait a minute, if Greg's Filipino, Maya's Filipino? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Filipino, but nobody asked, so whatever. And in high school, it's very cliquey. For me, it was like all the Italians hung out together, all the Middle Easterns hung out together, and then all the island people, black people hung out together. So I hung out with my island folk, which is why I'm so like Trini. Oh gosh! That's my story. But yeah, my brother and I did not get along in high school. We couldn't stand each other. Too young, too like rivalry, too competitive. Oh, we were both into track though. Okay, that's the other thing I used to do in high school. I would use brown liner on my brows and use the same liner for my lips. So we gonna get there. Oh my god, I don't have like the brush to brush it all out. This is so weird. Yeah, so I did track and field. I had a crush on Tristan. He was in track and field with me, and he was in the band. He played the drums. He never knew it. And I don't even think he liked black girls. He only wanted to date the white girls. Traitor. Let's go with the mascara, shall we? I think towards the end of grade 10, grade 11, I started to work like a mofo. I was working at Foot Locker. Okay, let's talk about my first job in high school, because I was working since I was 12. But high school, my first job was grocery store, no frills. And the first thing I did with my paycheck was I got acrylic nails, French manicure done. I got my hair blown out, so I took all these curls and made it straight, but it wasn't very cute. It was just like a blowout. It was just like frizzy, fluffy hair. I haven't used this since high school. So grocery store was the first high school job. The second one was working at the mall. So I worked at Foot Locker as a sales associate. Oh my god. And there I was working like 40 plus hours. And that's why I had to quit track and field, because it was getting in the way. And I just wanted to have my own money. I didn't want to lean on my mom. My mom was a single mom, paying a mortgage, paying gas, paying for a car. So I was just like, man, I need my own money. But it did end up hurting me academic wise and extracurricular activities wise. So I got fired. I didn't even quit. They fired my ass. And then I remember I was like so heartbroken, but that was also the year that Lauryn Hill came out with the song, and she was like, used to work at Foot Locker, then they fired me or I quit it. However you want. Let me just drop the track right over here.
I used to work at Foot Locker, they fired me in front of.
Then I worked as a seasonal position for Christmas holidays at Gap. Then I worked at Roots, which is like the Canadian clothing store. P.S. I have never worked with Roots. I would so love to be sponsored. No, I'm not doing bottom lashes because I never did that in high school. I only did top. I would say working in the mall, because the mall was downtown Toronto, was what kind of sparked the freedom for me to just be myself and express who I am. Because living out in the outskirts of the city, it was very much small mind mentality, just tone it down, blend in. But when I started working downtown, that's when I was like, let your hair out, girl. Like, just don't even straighten it, just be and do you. I remember coming to school for the first time with my hair all out, and everyone's like, whoa, Maya. Because it was like, imagine this, but out, no up, no half up, half down, no ponytail, just all out. It was a lot. No styling product like that, just curly hair all out. So I'd say working downtown in the city opened me up. Oh, man, even my beliefs in high school, I mean, I was born and raised Catholic, but towards the end of it, I didn't want to go to church anymore because my mom kept trying to force me to do things I didn't want to do. And I was just like, I don't even know if I believe what these people are saying. But I always had a personal relationship with God. I just didn't really believe in the whole Catholic system of like gowns and I don't know, I just like, come on. But I always believed, and I'd always have conversations. I'd always pray at night. And that's when I started to like think bigger, because I had a friend that crashed a car. And P.S. in high school, we didn't have cars like that. So every time we watch these American movies with these kids driving to high school, we're like, what are they doing? Like, how are they doing that? Where'd they get the money to do that? But there was one kid in my school had like this beat up car, and his girlfriend was driving it and she crashed it. And her life was like, she was devastated. She thought it was in ruins. And I was like, there's gotta be something bigger than just a car. And then I started thinking like universe and like just out there thinking. And then that's when things started to like, I started to push what I thought and like, what else is out there besides high school? What else is out there besides band? And what else? And that's when I started to take acting classes and dance classes outside of high school. That was the look, guys. That was the look. Things I miss about the 90s. I miss music videos. I miss dance videos the most. I would watch, we had Much Music. I know you guys had like MTV. We didn't have BET in Canada. But we had Much Music, and I would learn all the dance moves. Total, oh my God, I cannot believe I neglected to mention Total. I loved Total so much, and I would always learn the moves for all the dance videos, all of them. I would record it on my VHS tape recorder. Oh my God, that's what I missed. I guess the new version of that is DVR, which is not even that, it's like the internet hacking. Trends that I did in the 90s, I wasn't really a trendy girl, and I don't think I regret any of the things that I did besides sleeping with that boy. I guess that was a trend, like losing your virginity in high school at prom night. Don't ever fall victim to the peer pressures of something that's that intimate. I would say, if anything, if you are thinking about it, do your research. Research all angles, like, go check out Shambooty, but also check out another perspective. Just try to get as many perspectives as you can, but I would definitely say save it. I took the concealer and I wore it as lipstick. So that's definitely, I would say, a trend that I don't miss, which is, I don't even know if it's a trend, it's just a phase. You know what I miss? I miss flares. I love flares. Can we please bring those back? I miss R&B. Everything is very like synth, which I don't mind, but like R&B is not a thing anymore. Everything is like electronic or house remixed, but no R&B. I miss R&B. What do you guys miss about the 90s? Let me know in the comments below. I don't miss this. That's a look. In high school, I was all about gold. Finger waves are back. I always finger waved my hair, the baby hairs. I actually did it so much, and as a teenager, I had bad acne, and I'd always break out, and I would go to the dermatologist, and he'd say, stop putting gel on your face, and stop putting your hair on your face. I'm like, no. I don't miss acne, that's for sure. Take a picture and make it last longer. This is the look. I am ready for school, sitting up in my room. This looked a lot like my bedroom. I had the wood paneling on the back. I put my posters and my album inserts on my wall. I would write out positive affirmations like, I will make $1 million, like all that stuff. That is my throwback down memory lane. I would love to know what you guys did back in the 90s or wherever. What's a throwback for you? Is it 90s? Is it 80s? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. And until next time, remember to do you, be you, and stay true, boo.